Hey everyone, Eber here with Hardware Canucks, and just a few hours ago, Google tweeted a picture of supposedly what the Pixel 4 would look like, at least the back side of the device, mentioning that there seems to be some interest around this phone, as well as creating some excitement as to what it can do. Now, there have been a lot of rumors as to what the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL would look like. I mean, I've been reading a lot of articles with regards to what we could expect from these devices, because the Pixel 4 is probably one of the most anticipated phones that I'm looking forward to in 2019, just because I am curious to see what Google can come out with this device, especially since, I've reviewed the Pixel 3 in the past and I've had a lot of concerns, or I've experienced a lot of the issues that a lot of users have also been experiencing, potentially with, software bugs. Just performance issues were also present with the Pixel 3. So here's what I'd like to see when these phones get announced officially. Now, just a quick disclaimer, these are just rumors and speculations on the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL. None of this is guaranteed to be true. In fact, part of me thinks that Google is sort of trolling us with that picture that they tweeted. I don't know. I mean, I want to believe it. I'm on a neutral stand right now. So let's just go by some of the things that we know so far. Just go by some of the rumors that we are aware of that could potentially show up on the Pixel 4. Now, just by taking a look at the official photo that Google tweeted, it looks like the Pixel 4 is going to come with an all-glass back. So it's not going to feature the two-tone finish like what's found on the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 2. I personally like the one on the Pixel 3, especially the frosted texture. It was a glass back, but the frosted texture on top of that definitely added a sense of grip when holding the device. But given that this is an all-glass back design, I know for a fact that it's going to be a fingerprint magnet just like the S10. So there's that. But interestingly enough, there wasn't any sign of a fingerprint scanner on the back. So it looks like Google is ditching that, and they might end up going for an in-display fingerprint scanner, just like the Galaxy S10 and some of the other smartphones that we're seeing in 2019. Now, taking a look at this other sample render by OnLeaks, it looks very similar to the picture that Google tweeted, especially if you compare the back sides of the Pixel 4. But if you look at the front side of the device, I can't really tell if the display is going to be, bezel-less, if it's going to be a larger display. I mean, I know for a fact that Google won't make the same mistake or repeat the same mistake like the Pixel 3 XL with that ridiculous notch. So I hope it's either going to be an all display, or they might end up leaving some bezels on the top to accommodate the cameras. I'm just really curious at this point. Now, according to PocketLint, the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 4 XL might have dual SIM support, but I'd actually much rather see expandable storage instead of the dual SIM support, because that way it would sort of compete with what Samsung's offering with the S10s, because those devices have support for expandable storage. So yeah, it would be cool to have that on the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL. Now, PocketLint also suggests that Google might go with capacitive buttons instead of physical buttons on the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL. I'm not exactly sure if that's 100% true, but if it is, it's certainly going to be an interesting experience just getting used to that whole setup. But what really caught my attention was this article by 9to5Google. Essentially, the Pixel 4 might come with radar gesture sensors that essentially allows the user to basically use their hands to adjust certain controls. So if you want to adjust your volume or skip tracks, or perhaps copy or paste certain things, just do multiple things just using your hand gestures. It's something that we saw with the LG G8, thank you. But I'm not sure if that's going to translate really well into the Pixel 4. 9to5Google did link to a video called Project Soli, which was debuted back at Google I/O 2016, so really a long time ago. And it looks like the R&D team was more focused on developing a hand or a radar sensor at a relatively compact form factor, and that way they could implement them in future products that could potentially take advantage of those hand gestures. Now, recently, FCC did grant Google the permission to implement them in future products, but if it makes its way to the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL, I'm not really sure how people could actually take advantage of those hand gestures. Maybe Google is thinking of some smart things or smart ideas or smart gestures that could be revolutionary, but at this point, these are just rumors. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, it also looks like Google might be working on its own version of Face ID, and I'm actually not surprised about that, because if you look at the current state of fingerprint scanners, especially the ones that have been integrated underneath the display, most of them are perfect, whereas others are just not that great. It's pretty terrible. The whole experience is terrible. It's not super fast and reliable. So if they could come up with something that almost matches or perhaps even exceeds the level of Face ID, that'd be great. We have to talk about the cameras. And if you look at the picture once again that Google tweeted, it looks like there are two rear-facing sensors. And I hope that one of them is an ultra wide angle lens. And I don't think the addition of a telephoto lens would be that handy. I mean, I personally don't really take advantage of that telephoto lens, at least on most cameras, but it looks like there are only two sensors at the back. But camera quality, I think it's going to be superior. I don't think I'm going to have anything to complain about it, but we'll just wait and see what they can come out with. Last but not least, I do want to comment on the square camera design. If you take a close look at it, it almost looks like a droid face with a really interesting expression. So yeah, that's something that I can't unsee now, and hopefully I didn't spoil you guys as well, but yeah, there's that. And finally, to wrap things up, I'd love to see Google address some of the issues that we had with the Pixel 3, specifically on the performance side of things. I'd like to see it being more consistent on the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL. Perhaps the extra RAM might be handy in this case, but we also know for a fact that it's going to come with the latest SoC and all the other kind of stuff. Also, better battery life on both these devices would be highly appreciated. And finally, most importantly, I want to see a better microphone integrated on these smartphones, because on the Pixel 3, it was pretty terrible. So I'd love to see Google improve on that part, especially when you shoot video on the Pixel 3. The quality is just pretty terrible, especially when you compare it to the flagship offerings from Samsung and the rest. So Google, you know, if you're going to be pricing this thing more than $800, $900, it better be on par with the rest of the competition. So that about wraps up my expectations for the Pixel 4 and the 4 XL. I'm sure you might have a list as well, so definitely let us know in the comments down below. I'm sure you guys, at least one of you, will be like, bring back the headphone jack. Coming to think of it, if they do, that would be revolutionary. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm Ivo with Hardware Canucks. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out some relevant content over here. Subscribe to our Boot Sequence channel. I'll see you in the next one.